Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Nasdaq-listed Immunic Therapeutics, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, and we have Dr. Daniel Vitt, CEO of Immunic, with us to tell us more about the company and its response to COVID-19. Dr. Vitt, welcome to Trade Talks.
Welcome. Happy to be here.
Great, and thanks for joining us. And tell us more about Immunic Therapeutics.
Yeah, Immunic Therapeutics, it's a company focusing on delivering pharmaceutical drugs for treating chronic inflammatory and autoimmune diseases. And one of our drugs, which is in phase 2 clinical development, IMU-838, has also antiviral properties, and therefore we're expanding our activities into this area as well on top of the anti-inflammatory and autoimmune space. So our indications we are treating are multiple sclerosis, indication with high unmet medical need, but also GI diseases like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. And also we have a trial in a rare disease, which is relevant for a small portion of patients called PSC, which is ongoing together with Mayo Clinic. And so that's a lot ongoing here. And just recently we started a phase 2 efficacy trial in COVID-19.
Mm-hmm. So with dosing underway for IMU-838 for COVID-19, what is the study about and how is it different than other therapies?
Well, I think usually the problem, and you see that in the public discussions, is it an antiviral or is it an anti-inflammatory drug? Well, our drug, given its mode of action, has multiple properties. We call it a triple attack on the virus. So we have demonstrated very nicely that we have very efficacious in vitro against SARS-CoV-2 as the causing virus. So we can directly attack the virus in the replication of the virus. But secondly, we also, with this drug, inducing kind of a response, which is activating innate immunity. So we help the body to defend against the virus by its own. And that's maybe something which is more relevant for later stage of disease. And then thirdly, we also, and that is a little bit linked to the activity in multiple sclerosis or ulcerative colitis, we also know that the drug is active against overshooting immune activity. So we may also be able, as a third approach here, to lower the secretion of these cytokines which are causing the tissue damages.
And how quickly could this therapy potentially come to market?
Yeah, that's of course an important question, and I like it, and it depends on the data, of course. So we have started the first treating with the first patients 2 weeks ago, and recruitment is really starting quite nicely for the trial. So we hope to be able to have data available, which really gives us and the public a good impression how strong the therapeutic effect of the drug is, maybe around October of this year. If disease activity is increasing like now, we may be able to accelerate that substantially. We are currently activating centers in 7 countries of the world, in the United States, but also in Middle and Eastern Europe.
That's really quite encouraging how the results are showing up this quickly and could be ready by October, because I know a number of the therapies that we're talking towards the end of the year or 2021, and it really is quite concerning because we're seeing cases, especially in the US and South America, increasing almost to peak levels that we saw in the Northeast.
Yes, I agree on that view. So the question is how quickly you can recruit these patients, and so we plan to publish then data based on evaluation of 200 patients, which could really give enough information on how strong the therapeutic effect is, and based on then we may decide how quickly we can really get approval. But that's a discussion with the regulatory authorities then at that point.
All right, Dr. Vitt, thanks so much for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Okay, thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.